Katie York set to get this one started. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. His return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is it going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Ready?
Throw here, 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Carolina in punt formation. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt.
At the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go. 19, go.
They'll throw first play here with Daniels. Has his man. It's the Michigan rookie. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Ready? Pass all 80. Pass to 60. Pass. Ready?
Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And this is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Ja'Cory Kronsky-Merritt in it for the first time. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Back. Ready?
Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Ready.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down.
Go.
They'll throw 3rd and long. It's going to be dropped off for Kronsky-Merritt. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. They've got themselves a 1st and goal. Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first point to this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Commanders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Trevor Etienne to return this. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle is made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. First and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he manages to find a little traction on that soaked field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Ready.
They run again with Hubbard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Ready. 50, green.
Young on the play action. It's a big strike to Hill. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. He picked up a 34 yards on that play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Young on 1st and 10. Right back to Hill. This is Combs. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10. It's Hubbard. And they're going to be set up just a few yards from Pater here. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming as a fan, as a defensive coordinator. I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
30. Ready.
Defense shows blitz. Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Now the PAT try coming up. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Panthers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. From his own end zone, here we go. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15.
Okay, ready.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready. Go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. Completed over the middle. And this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Gibson here from the gun. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Quick on the draw to Gibson. He dodged the tackle. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
From the gun, a run for Koski-Merritt. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready? Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready?
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Here we go. Here we go.
3rd and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, you need to make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. What a season this guy is having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
On now is York to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Set.
Hubbard gets it to start the drive. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
60. Cut.
Young working from the gun. Brought in right side by McMillan. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. Rolling into enemy territory. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a second quarter lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Oh, and it's no good. Just his second missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. Here's Evans set to kick this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Ready? Hop 70, hop, go!
To throw, Daniels. All in left side. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38. Brosky Merritt gets it from the gun. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
And the Commanders
On first down, it's Gibson. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Has it down close. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Come on, come on. 60 by 6.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a second quarter lead. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
at their own 25-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Come on.
Ready? Play action now. Young. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Young to throw. And let's set up the screen. It's Hubbard. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, 3rd down.
Let's go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. McMillan hauls it in. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. This was a mishit for Uncle Owen, pretty short.
You know, I'm sure Coach would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. No additional damage is done, however. They're fortunate to get the ball back, and everyone can breathe a little sigh of relief.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Get it. Ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. Along the right sideline, there's space. And this is going to be a pick 6. He's in for the Carolina touchdown.
No question they wanted a big play to begin their drive, but there's the monkey's paw. They got the big play, but not the way they wished for it. Instead, well, they got to rally themselves to get right back out there after watching their opponent celebrate in the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Putting the tight end in motion. Daniels now on 1st down. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
18 Cardinal. Go.
Throw left side caught by Shaheed. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Viking 18.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Finding Shaheed, back-to-back plays. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly, Tells me these two are on the same page.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds the in route complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, quarterbacks aren't always the one dishing out punishment, but when they take it and they deliver a frozen rope, when they deliver a ball right on target just like that, and the respect factor grows 100-fold with your teammates.
And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Come on. Set. 18 Cardinal, 18.
Back now, pressure coming. Caught out wide. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Now he's York to kick this one away. On the return, this is Etienne. Making some progress here. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Blue 33, yellow. Set, go.
He'll throw it. Ooh, put some air under this one, right side. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had. Not against this defense. Not on that one.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Ready.
The final throw before the break. He's looking deep once again. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he goes out of bounds short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Short pass caught by his tight end. They're on him as he gets it up to the 47. There's Nick Scorton there on the play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now.
From the gun, it's Daniels. What a hit, and the ball's loose. Picked up by the Panthers. And Carolina makes the house call. Touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover, they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
You felt it. I felt it. Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard
line. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes first and 10.
Ready.
Here's Daniels. Hits him on the in route. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Here we go. Go.
Throwing now, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set to go now from the 35.
Ready.
Throwing on first down, Daniels. This one falls incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it's second down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
Again, Daniels to the air. Short pass brought in. Get some space around midfield. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down. So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Daniels on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Daniels back to throw. Into the hands of his running back, Krosky Merritt. And they bring him down around the 34.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
York knocks it through. And that will tie things up in the third.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Fielded at the 7. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set, ready. Ready?
On play action, here's Young. It's a big strike to Hill. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
Ready?
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Ready?
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. Rolling into enemy territory. Now he's past the 25. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, you can't do that. It's got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. Here's Evans set to kick this away. He's got the squibber. And decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On first down, here's Daniels. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And this one doesn't go far.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're going to face third down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. To the air on third and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on third down there with the sack.
Best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return.
At their own 37-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check, hunt.
Young throwing here. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he has it right near midfield here. About a yard short. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, Kate, having a tight end who could run so much of the route tree just like a receiver and make those plays, gosh, it opens up so many possibilities for an offense.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 40.
Young working from the gun. And he put everything he's got behind it. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Ready.
On third down, it's Young. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, brought down inside the opposing 30. They get 23 on that one. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's a game to Hubbard. And he manages to find a little traction on that soaked field as he fights forward for a couple. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Yellow, ready.
And you just get the play off. He throws a bullet to the center of the intercepted in the end zone. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. A pickup there of 39. That's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he can't get there, but what a gain. Down to the goal line, he's pushed out just a couple yards short. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
One drawn up here for Daniels. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders now trail by just a point in the 4th. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, KQB, do your thing, get a 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right, an extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And this hasn't been a common sight out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Come on, Dad.
Out of the gun, Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
Fourth down punt coming up. Ethan Evans out to do the honors. And he drives this into the pouring rain. He's got it at the 24. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to break him down.
At their own 35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
The Commanders' 1st down.
Now Daniels to throw. Right side, Shaheed's got it. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Bronco 80. Go.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
That's incomplete left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're left with 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it. Now Daniels on 4th down. Got his man. It's Fedoni. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the results. A big gain, 15 yards, and a fresh set of downs, too. They're all set now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
To the air again, Daniels. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it, 2nd and 10. Daniels is going to throw again. Hits his running back. Escapes the defender. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
Here we go. Steady.
Zone read. This is Gibson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw. That one connects. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
They're going for this. Thinking touchdown, obviously, but they could also get a 1st down. And they stop him. No touchdown, no 1st down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
Well, a blitz on 4th down is a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. And give him about that 15-yard line before they're able to drop him. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
That has got to be so demoralizing for that defense. You pin him back. It's a terrible field position. They run the ball, but they run it right down your throat and move the chains. That stings.
That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it's going to be second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Set black ultra. Ready?
A second down throw for Young. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers don't want to see this one go to overtime. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Watch out now. 50-0. Set. Ready. Yellow. 43. Set.
Throwing now. Absolutely fires this one right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
We'll start from the 39. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Ready up.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Starting the drive here with Gibson. And he manages to find a little traction on that soaked field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up second and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Giving this to Krosky-Merritt. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's first and 10. Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the ladder. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Now he's York to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Here we go. Set. Red. 38. ready.
Here he is to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover, and it sets up second down. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. On second down, it's Hubbard. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
Blue with strike. Ready, set.
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Clark Phillips with the pick. And the Commanders make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say that the top-ranked defense in the NFL probably going to take a couple of hits to its status after this one.